guys, it's Nora, and I wanted to show you guys today my Stelara injection. I've tried to film this a few times prior. I've had 3 injections since my infusion, and the first one I filmed on my iPad because my GoPro was not working, and I filmed it up and down. Bad YouTuber. So the other 2 times that I had my injections were when I was on vacations, and I was in Sweden and I was in Alaska, so not really great places to film this video for you guys to actually get an idea of what it is like to do my injections. So we're gonna do it now, and I wanted to give you guys a few tips and tricks that I've learned since I've started these injections. So this, let me put it back in the box. I took it out of the fridge because you should always take it out of the fridge to let the solution not be cold when you inject it. This is what the packaging looks like. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. Oops, that's better. And then when you open it, the injection is in there, although it's like falling out because I've already taken it out. I will say, cheap packaging. Humira, you get the 1-up on this one because the packaging for Humira, as well as the actual injection, feels a lot sturdier. This is literally just plastic. Like cheap plastic. Like, I feel like that could snap super easy. So I don't love that about this injection, but I don't really have a choice about that. I like to do that. Well, actually, Stelara only comes in a syringe, whereas the other ones come in, like, the pens and the syringes. The other thing that I learned about Stelara versus the Humira, even though I do this every 8 weeks, and I do the Humira, or was doing the Humira every 2 weeks, is that the Humira, once I injected this one, I realized is only 0.4 milliliters, and this is a whole milliliter, which in theory is not that much. It's typically like the amount that you get like in your arm. However, when you're doing it into your fat, it feels a lot more and it makes a bigger hole. So that's a little sucky. When I did it the first time, I was sitting there like, oh my god, like why does it feel like this hurts way more than the other one? And it's not actually the injection that hurts. Like, the needle does not really hurt going in for the most part. It's literally just the actual pushing in of the fluid, creating that like space in your fat, I guess. I don't really know. But yeah, so this one hurts a lot more. I also don't know if this one has something like citrate in it, because a lot of the injections, a lot of the monoclonal antibody injections used to have citrate in them. Now they offer Humira citrate free. This one does sting when it goes in, but I do not know if this one has citrate in it. So I probably am going to check it out a few times when I initially do this. I typically do it. It typically takes me a few times, especially since this one actually hurts more than the other one. And I typically pick on this side because this side usually hurts, but I've picked on this side a few times. And I feel like maybe I got a little, if I like really kind of push my stomach out, maybe I got a little more chunk on this side. I don't really know. I think I'm just going to use this side, and I can't really, I don't know if I can put this at a level where it's like zoomed in on my stomach. Not that you guys want that, but I'm going to see if I can set this camera up at a different level so you guys can see the injection better. Also, I want to add, because this cracks me up every single time, I get all this from Accredo, which is through Cigna, and they send me, and I'm not going to show it, a prescription for 1 alcohol pad. How kind of them. Literally a single one in a single baggie. So let's get to the injection, because it's going to take me a few minutes because I'm going to check it out a few times. I just know I am. I was getting used to the Humira, but now since this one has so much more in it, it makes me hesitate. I also want to add that typically when I'm doing this, I'm doing it when I'm sitting down, and I almost go in like, I sit like this almost, like on a couch, like with my knees bent up, so I can get more chunk. So just bear with me because I don't typically do this standing. Alright, so obviously I have clean hands right now. I did wash my hands prior to this. You can use hand sanitizer if you're in like a weird place or vacation or something. And then I usually try and go like these areas, or kind of up here. I think maybe more up here today because this just has more chunk, more padding up here. But you don't want to get too close to the belly button because then it doesn't absorb properly. And I clean the whole area because I kind of just, you know, grab wherever. Oh, this alcohol is very pungent. And then I will take off that needle cap. There's usually some on the end of that bevel, and I usually kind of just flick it off because I don't know what that feels like when you put it in with some on the end, and I don't want to. And then also I will look. Usually there's a bit of an air bubble. I'm having trouble seeing that today. I don't think there's an air bubble in this one. There used to be in the Humira. And also you're supposed to check to make sure that it's all clear. And then when you insert it, and you guys are going to see it from like a different angle from me, obviously, but you want that little bevel to be pointed up. Ooh, let me see if I can get that to focus. The little angle part. You want to be pointed up, or else it like is harder to inject. Typically how I hold it, I typically will go like this. And I will twist this depending on where I'm holding it or how I'm holding it, because sometimes I'll hold it like this. Yeah, typically I hold it like this. Oops, there's another drop at the end. And usually I will inject at a 45-degree angle. I don't just go like straight down, I go like that. And now here's the part where I chicken out. Alright. Ugh. I hope you guys got that. That one actually did not hurt as bad once I did it. I think because I was squeezing. Last time I didn't squeeze as much, but sometimes you get a little drop. And that I can just wipe away. This one is not bleeding. Last time I did bleed. Oop, now it's stinging. Now it's stinging. I think I did it. Last time I think I did it a bit lower where there was less fat. But funny enough that with the Humira, it hurt less on this side, but this one hurt less on this side. Usually it was the fluid, like it wasn't actually the needle. I thought it was gonna be the fluid that would hurt, but it didn't. So that was really it. I definitely chickened out because I haven't done it in a while. And that's really common. If I'm doing my Humira every 2 weeks, I'm probably going to be more likely to be less scared of it. Plus, like I said, this is a lot more fluid. So some people, you should keep pressing the plunger until safety mechanisms, until this shoots out. I at work have used syringes that you can't do that until you actually take it out and have to physically with all your might push it in, because I don't feel like doing that with the patient, even though I know I got all of the medication in. This one, sometimes it deploys when I'm in, sometimes it deploys as I'm taking out. This one, it deployed as I was taking out. Regardless, I know I got all the medication in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope maybe it gives you guys a little more confidence on how I do it. Like I said, I do it sitting down, so maybe I recommend that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And oh, I forgot to mention, I do take this for ulcerative colitis, for anyone who's wondering. But I guess I'll see you guys next time.